got me running, got me running. Shake it, shake it, shake it, feel that. Raise your hands up, raise them up.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Forex Trading Asia Daily Currency Call. This is episode 325. It's 2nd of July here, 11 a.m. here in Singapore, GMT +8. All right, so this currency call, you will get market economic updates, key support resistance levels, trade ideas, and more. This currency call is going to be very beneficial to both the long-term investors and short-term traders. Here we will be going through upward move prices, possible trade ideas, and also highlighting potential targets and risk. So disclaimer here, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. And if it's your first time here, do note that we do different currencies every day. So it's more important that you join us every single day. And the schedule that we do is as follows. So Monday, we do the Aussie and Kiwi. Tuesday, Euro. Wednesday, Pound. Thursday, Yen and Gold. And Friday, Canadian Dollar and cryptocurrencies. All right. So for the last couple of currency call sessions, we hear Kim Hong talking about the OPEC. So let's hear from Kim Hong about what happened, or for that matter, what did not happen. So we have Kim Hong here, currency analyst at LCMS Traders, talk about the OPEC meetings. Kim Hong.
Yep. What happened and what did not happen? Okay. What did not happen? Let's start with this. Okay. The meeting did not end with a conclusion, or rather, should I say, the meeting hasn't ended yet. Okay. So basically, what took place was that there was a delay in the meeting. Okay, because one of the OPEC members, okay, the United Arab Emirates. Okay, they actually blocked the deal, okay, that the OPEC wanted to conclude. Okay, why is that the case? Is because they the UAE, they wanted their production baseline to increase, okay, from the current 3.2 million barrels per day to 3.8 million barrels per day. Okay, so due to the pandemic, there's been like this whole reduction of oil production going on since last year. Okay, so for the UAE, okay, the production cut is actually based on the production baseline that the country has. Okay, so for, I think previously it was at 3.2 million barrels per day, meaning that they can produce up to a maximum of 3.2 million barrels of oil per day. Okay, so previously the cut was, okay, actually, should I say, right now, the cut is actually based on the 3.2 million barrels per day production baseline. But they wanted it to be raised to 3.8 million barrels per day. So for obvious reasons, because they can actually produce more in that way, right? So this has actually been sort of like an ad hoc kind of thing that happened yesterday during the meeting, okay? And so right now, the OPEC Plus, they have to actually resolve this whole issue, because without the consensus of every member from the OPEC, the deal will not be able to proceed, okay? So this actually led to a spike in oil prices yesterday, okay? Let me show you the chart and you'll know what I mean. Okay, so let me just mark out where's yesterday. So between these two vertical blue lines, this is the H1 chart for crude oil. Okay, between these two blue vertical lines actually shows the price movement from yesterday. Okay, so as you can see that there's a strong rise in prices. Okay. So previously price was like hovering around 73 level, okay, the 73 level, this region. And then, yesterday there was actually a spike in prices to the 75 level. Okay, it actually exceeded the $75 per barrel price for a brief period of time before coming back down. This was actually due to, the drama that was going on in OPEC, okay? Why is that the case? Because, if the UAE, okay, the issue with the UAE is not resolved, then, there won't be any deal. There won't be any deal, meaning that they will be sticking, the OPEC Plus will be sticking with their current plan, okay, their current production hike of, I think it was 1 point something million barrels per day, okay? So that means no hike. What this means is that there will be a strong, a strong spike in prices, okay? So from now until, let's give them, over the weekend, and I'll update you guys on anything next Monday, okay? So let's give them over the weekend from now until, like, say, Sunday or Monday, okay? If they actually fail to come up with a deal, okay, a deal of, how many, what's the production quota is going to be like for August, then, okay, high chance we are going to see a strong spike in oil production, okay? A no deal simply means a spike in oil production. Oil prices, okay? Now, what this will may lead to, I would say, is further increase in oil inflation. Okay, countries around the world, well, you can pretty much expect inflation data, upcoming inflation data from countries around the world, okay, to actually go higher than expected, okay. Like the US, okay, it's just that the US, recently there's a tone down in oil prices, okay, which led to a drop in the inflation data for oil, although the overall inflation was still increasing, okay. Now, if no deal, no quota has been decided this time around for the OPEC meeting, okay, then yeah, chances are we're going to see a spike in oil inflation, and this may actually have an impact. So we're just going to wait for the meeting to conclude, hopefully today, or at least over the weekend when the market is closed, okay, and then I'll update you guys again on Monday, all right? Okay, with that, I'll hand it back to Junwei.
Hey, Kim Hong, hold on first. So will this impact the NFP in any way? NFP, right?
Personally, I don't think there will be much of an impact on NFP, okay, because oil prices, okay, it will definitely affect Canadian dollar. Okay, if you guys are trading dollar CAD, seriously, I personally feel that dollar CAD is not the best pair to trade. It's in fact the pair that I would suggest you guys not to trade today, okay, until the market closes for the weekend. Why is that the case? Because you have two major things going on, okay? Two major things. First thing, OPEC Plus meeting. You don't know how it's going to turn out. If they decide on an increase in production cuts, then that will lead to, that may actually lead to the suppression of oil prices, okay? And as you guys know, there's a correlation between oil price and the Canadian dollar, okay? So a suppression, meaning a downward pressure on oil prices, will actually lead to a weakening of the Canadian dollar, okay? And then with the NFP coming up as well, it affects the USD, okay? And dollar CAD, it's basically, you're just having like two unknown factors, I would say, moving prices. So I would say that if you guys, have the intention to trade dollar CAD tonight, just maybe not do it, okay? Or maybe if you guys are scalpers, good scalpers, then, just do all the hit and run thing that you guys are good at, if you are good at it, and just keep your trade short term. If you have any profits right now, any running trades for dollar CAD, or maybe even the Canadian pairs, okay, any of the Canadian pairs, if you have any running profits right now, you may want to consider, just take your profits and end the day, or just trail your stop, do whatever you need, because chances are there may be a lot of volatility coming up, okay? Yep, that's all I have for you guys.
Hey, thanks so much, Kim Hong. Yep, so yesterday, Kim Hong actually shared a lot about NFP. So if you guys want to know how to prepare for it tonight, do watch the video yesterday. It's in the YouTube channel, which I will post the link up later. Yeah, so let's see if Scott has a different view on the Canadian dollar than exposed to Kim Hong. So let's get Scott here in for the currency in focus today, which is Canadian dollar. Scott here from Forex Briefcase Australia. Scott.
Okay, thanks very much, and good morning everyone as well. Thanks for joining us. I'm seeing a few new faces too, so welcome. And look, let's get down to the chart, and I do have the USD CAD up as well, and I appreciate Kim Hong's insights, and I'm glad, John, what you mentioned to check out the currency call from yesterday, because that was a really good preview just to prepare everyone for what will be, quite a volatile session this evening. We've got, significant news out tonight. And, what it seems like to me is there's a great deal of momentum upwards for the US dollar as well. And we did see that yesterday, actually, with, I do have the USD CAD up. I just want to bring in some US dollar context just to start. So we've got US dollar still at over 92.50. So it's quite interesting. Now, if we think back to Wednesday when, we had the ADP non-farm payrolls, and that, did beat expectations, and that's typically a nice indicator, although it has been off a little bit, and we've seen what seems to be the market really pricing in some strong NFP figures, and it misses. So what I want to do now is I'll just bring this across, and I just want to focus on just the key data points that we'll be looking at. Now, so yesterday we
Scott,
did see...
Scott, are you sharing a different screen? Because we are still looking at your chart.
I brought in the news. Can everyone see that with Forex Trading Asia?
No, we are still looking at your chart.
What I'll do, guys, I'll share this now. So I just want to bring up the calendar just to show. New share. Let's bring this in now. All right. How is that? Can everyone see that calendar now?
Yep.
All right. So what I'll do, I just want to do a little bit of a breakdown, just in case if you missed the call yesterday and you're wondering what happened in the news as well. So we've got initial jobless claims did actually beat expectations as well. So that was a good sign that workforce participation is improving. Less people are making those jobless claims. Although we did then see the ISM manufacturing PMIs miss the expectations of 61. So we've still got a little bit of, everyone's talking about transitory inflation, supply chain issues. So it's just still present that there's still issues with, getting the supplies out. We're still seeing a lack of full, workforce participation as well. So with that in mind, for tonight, so this is GMT +8 time zone here. Key things to pay attention to, guys. We've got the average hourly earnings to watch for. We've got 0.4% is the forecast. So if that comes in a little bit higher, even if it comes higher than 0.5, that would be good to see as well. Now, because obviously, inflation concerns will be if there's less people actually in the workforce, but there's this money flooding into the economy still. And we are obviously seeing, I guess, central banks across the world are still, participating in that asset purchasing program. But, my thought process is really for tonight, just to get, straight down to it. If we see a beat on 700, really 750 is what I'm looking for to say, okay, like that's, a nice number. That's looking like things are really returning to what, economists are predicting, and that's going to really help hold the US dollar up. But if we see a miss on that, and then you want to refer to the 559. So if we come in at, closer to 600, that's a big miss, but it's still close to forecast. So I don't see any dramatics really when it comes to, we're not going to see, people are talking about 1 million or so. I've seen in some literature I've referred to preparing for this call. I would say, to be honest, like Im Hong said, that, we want to wait and see really the daily candle close. Now, I understand that's, a bit of a neutral conclusion, but unless you are a scalper and you're very talented in that realm, I really don't think, playing the non-farm payrolls is going to be best unless you have some sort of inside information about it. So, which unfortunately we don't, and we can't provide that. So to lean on the conservative side, and, with Forex briefcase as well, we haven't taken any trades this week because, to be honest, there hasn't been a whole lot of high quality setups. There's been a lot of jostling. For example, on my personal account, I was long USD CAD yesterday because we saw some early onset USD dollar strength, but then, that faded away. And you have to be very aware of that. You can't just sort of get in and pre-anticipate things, because honestly, We've got, unknowns here. And then finally, guys, at 8:30 as well in the evening, GMT +8, we've got the unemployment rate too. So Gim Hong and obviously Jin yesterday gave a nice little recap on, what to pay attention to. But in conclusion, and I'll go back to the charts now as well. So with that in the back of your mind now, if you are going to be around the charts and sussing
Scott,
things out.
sorry, Scott, I'm not looking at your. I'm still not on your chart.
Just got it up.
Yeah,
now.
all right.
I
Great.
did. I was sharing it. Sorry about this, guys. Now, so let's go to the USD CAD. So we did see a strength here. Now, it was a bit of an anticlimactic situation with what happened with OPEC Plus and how the meeting was postponed. Now, it's quite interesting. We are seeing it. It broke through. Let's get the daily chart up here. So it broke through and closed above 124. The next point of concern here is when we did see markets hit 124,800. So my thought here is really that you just, we might see the US dollar be very settled and sideways. So there's not going to even be a lot of intraday activity, honestly. Even if it's still early in the session here, but the US dollar is really holding pretty flat at 92.50. So if we do see a beat on NFP, that's great. You could potentially get in with small size right after that, but you'll see, guys, that you're going to have the candles are going to be really hard to even put a stop. We talk about 30 pip stop losses or so, or sometimes a little more. It's just the mechanics of that trade idea are very difficult. So to be fair, the USD CAD I'm going to leave. Now, what I do have is the CAD yen here. So I'll just bring this across now. So the CAD yen on the daily time frame. Now, it's bang smack in the middle here of two levels or so. Now, we are seeing a distinct ceiling up here at 91. We can just call it 91 flat. And then back down at around 87, 83 was a distinct turning point. So if we go to the 4-hour time frame here, we can see that it is in a bit of a consolidation pattern, but it had given a nice opportunity back then. So just looking at that, and obviously with what Gim Hong mentioned with the OPEC Plus situation, we just don't have all the information quite yet. So with this, and there's even a bit of a ceiling, we're quite close to it as well. So if I bring this here, we've seen a little bit of resistance off it here. That's at 90. So we're only around 25 pips or so from here. So I would say, to be honest, I would way prefer to see a pullback just from a standpoint of risk to reward. So what that would mean is that if we're shooting for 25 pips, you're risking, even if we be aggressive, this is not a major support level or anything, but that's down at 80 pips. So that's not favorable, honestly. Now, one more pair I'll just quickly touch upon, guys. We'll go to the Euro CAD. So Euro's been interesting. And, for the contrarian traders out there, the Euro USD, might offer potential buy trade, but we'll focus today on the Euro CAD. And let's go to the daily time frame. So just looking at this, it's particularly range bound. We're right in the middle as well. So going over USD CAD, Euro CAD, and also, seeing what the US dollar is doing, my conclusion really is we're just going to have to wait. It's very bizarre what happened with OPEC Plus. There's a lot of, post-COVID coming into play with how much oil do we need. There's the Delta variant as well of COVID-19. So that means how much oil is needed with, some people returning, some people not returning back to normal life. So my conclusion here would be that, my favored situation would probably be the USD CAD for next week. And that would be more of a trend trade if we do see, and I'll just go back to that, guys. If we do see an NFP that is absorbed by the markets, the daily closes over 124, then we could say, hey, that gives us a little more ammunition to go long into next week. So a daily candle close over 124 is what I would look for to get in. And that's more of a conservative, safe idea. But those are my thoughts, guys, on the CAD potential plays for next week.
Okay, thanks for that, Scott. All right, so on Friday, we also do the cryptocurrencies. So I'm going to get Daniel here, Daniel, trading coach at CMS Traders, to share about the cryptocurrencies.
Thanks, Jinwei. So it's great that here Kim Hong and Scott Andrews already mentioned about oil, what the price movements is. So crypto is no different. Crypto, we have quite a big disappointment here. I mean, last week, if everybody remember what we talked about last week, we talked about a possible breakout. If we were waiting for a breakout for like Bitcoin, possible breakout. It slightly moved up, and I mentioned that we want to really break out the trend line and then go above the pink line here is the 200 EMA. Going above the long-term downward trend before we look for a buy. And this is a 4-hour chart, and it didn't happen. Again, you can see here, if I zoom it out, you can see what I'm talking about is a long-term downtrend line, still really very negatively. And then I was looking at the channels here coming down again, false breakout, breaking out the channel, breaking out the trend line. Did give us some hope, some hope that a possible recovery could be happening for the cryptocurrency, but it didn't happen. Similarly, it previously happened here. Let me try to zoom in again. If you were to take a look, it did happen here again. Couldn't really break out strongly again above the 200 EMA. So just looking at it, and with the and then with the news last week, China is still climbing down on the cryptocurrencies, right? Although they're shifting, all the miners are shifting out, but you have heard a lot of other countries coming in, regulations coming in again. Like the UK, the FCA is coming out on Binance. They're not giving them any regulated license to run the cryptocurrencies as an exchange program over there. It's not doing that. So a lot of negative news coming in. In fact, you have heard there's even news that Elon Musk tried to talk up on doggy coin, right? And we call that. It didn't happen too much. So overall, not doing well. And you can see that it came back down, even going back to the downward trend level again. So my advice for Bitcoin will be that looking at this, we're going to hold most likely right now holding at 30,000 range. And if you were to look at a possible any buy, if really those who are looking for a buy trade right now, maybe you're going to pick up and it's just slightly above the 30,000 range, you could look for a possible buy trade to pick it up, but it is at your own risk. Recently, because the negative trend of the downward pressure, it is there. Although, look at the daily chart, it is holding very strongly, and many times, if in January, in May, and many times in June as well, 2 times in June, it has been already protected yourself at a strong support level at 30,000 range. So it could be some pickups. A lot of buyers are waiting for that price right now. But however, bear in mind, wait for a turn up before I would prefer to turn up before I look for any opportunities to buy. Again, similar thing. If it only pushes up to 45,000 and go above, then the possibility that you could see the end of a downtrend. Else, I'm still quite bearish on the Bitcoin right now. Okay, so that's my advice. If you're anyone willing to take the risk, in summary, you could buy a little bit when it's just above the 30,000 range. There could be some buying opportunities to take up for the short term, take up for trades. If not, look for only buy at above 45,000 range before you look for a possible continuation of an uptrend. Else, but again, bear in mind, if it's so bearish and it breaks and close below the 30,000 range, stay out, because then there could be a possible free fall coming in, even going back to quite a range of the 12,000 level range here, or in fact maybe even going, let's say not so too negative, about 20,000, the 20,000 range could be happening then. So just take note of that. I'm not so bullish. I'm quite stay out. My stance will be neutral. Stay out from the Bitcoin. Okay, now we're coming to the Ether. Ether is the same thing as the Bitcoin. Very negative, long-term bearish king. You can see that the price continues. It tries to break above the 200 EMA. That's the pink line here coming in. Unable to break through. right? It's unable to break through the long bearish momentum coming down, and you can see it is continuing going down downwards direction in a long term, bounce off the trend line and coming back down. Now, if you go and look at it, I was looking at the trend line, looking at this trend line and hoping that it continues to move up. However, as of today, and I was waiting for a possible bounce up or breakthrough. It didn't. It seems to be coming back down, following the negative sentiments of the cryptocurrencies. Now, with this coming back in here, not really very optimistic right now. Could be really trying to. If it breaks again, right now everybody's thinking that it will hold at the 2000 range, but I did see some analysis are looking at that it could be possible to break below the 2000 range and even going to almost the 18,000 level range. And if we look at the daily chart, this is what I'm talking about on the downward trend coming in. Let me zoom it in a little bit more. Downward trend, long-term downward trend coming in. Short-term moving up seems to be dying off, and a possible continuation of a downtrend could be happening here. So Ether for now, stay out, even though there are a lot of stories and news about possible Ether 2.0 coming in, environmental friendly. It could do payment, it could do lots of things, lowering the fees. Wait for it. My suggestion is wait for it. First things over, for a 4-hour chart here, let it break above the trend line. So I would say, if it goes above 2,300 level range, that this level what I'm talking about, like here, 2,300 level range, going on a 4-hour chart, moving above the 200 EMA, then I would say yes, it could be a possible coming back in usage, and the buyers, the demand for Ether will be there. Okay, so looking forward, compared to Bitcoin and Ether, I would still prefer the Ether, but overall as a cryptocurrency, my advice right now is to stay out, wait for a firm direction in either a buy or sell before you do any trading at all. And if you do buy any coins, wait for a confirmation of a continuation upward trend before you look to buy, and minimize your risk. Okay, that's all for crypto.
Okay, thank you so much, Daniel. So again, just a disclaimer, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speakers. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. Okay, so I believe a lot of you guys are looking forward to the NFP news event tonight. But we do have the LCMS Traders Club platform where we have students there getting prepared for it, asking questions, drawing their lines, showing it to coaches there and get guidance. So, hey, if you guys need this kind of support where you're not trading alone, let me get Daniel here back again and give us a really quick sharing on the LCMS Traders Club. Daniel.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Chinwei. So this, we were talking about this morning, how you look at Scott, how you look at Kim Hong, Jean, all of us talking about analysis, what to prepare for, and it is we have it here in the LCMS Traders Club. We have a dedicated club platform really for anybody serious to be profitable in trading. What we have here is we host a community of traders, sharing strategies, ideas, analysis, monitoring markets together. Any questions, we will come back in on the trading floor, really as it is a professional trading firm in discussion. So, right here, we have the trading floor. This is also a Traders Club. We have the trading floor where we have so many analysis coming in. You can see Scott coming in, looking at what's the performance happening right now, give any market updates, what's the index coming, letting everybody know what could be looking for, what we are looking for for the day. In fact, you got any questions, you can put it on the trading floor, and we'll be happy for a lot of coaches and traders to be discussing together. Now, especially in the NFP, it is coming closer. Usually we have a lot of discussions coming in, what to prepare, what to do, what should you not to do as well. So it's something really going to happen here on the trading floor. Then not only that, usually for the day-to-day, not just news for NFP, what do we have? We have, for preparing for the day trading, we usually have two critical information prepared for you just every day, Monday to Friday, is the market watch list and the currency analysis. Market watch list here is daily currency analysis coming in with something that we look at, the snapshot of what we look at in the morning of the charts, give you suggestions on whether to buy, or which currency at a certain price. Sorry, here, this one here, let me zoom it in for you. Looking at it, what currency pairs you have, what possible actions you could do, buy or sell, entry level and potential profits and targets. And this is something that is really important if you prepare yourself to do your trading. Now, not only that, we want to work even more in depth. We also have the daily currency analysis. Here, we give you a summary of what happened yesterday, what to look out for, a little bit more detail in our thinking and thoughts as well of what kind of trades that could be possibly why we do look at the trading opportunities here as well. And not only that, you could see, we have lots of some trade ideas coming in. We probably give some potential trade ideas, what we are looking at for the long-term, medium-term trades, at which price I can see here. And then we still give some updates as well, especially if for this trading here on this this pound USD, where Kim Hong gave previously an idea of a trade idea coming in to look for a sell trade. It actually right now has profile a profit of 180 bips here, and we're very close to trade because the upcoming US NFP is coming in. Really something that we should look out for. Really everything it is here just for the traders, those who trade in the Forex market. Okay, then not only that, we have a lot of features here coming in. We have also sorry, let me clear. We have here the calendar. Right here, where you can look at plan your trades, straight away in this platform, looking at what possible plan you can trade, what news is come out, what surprises could be coming out, so that you could avoid them as well, or be prepared. Then not only that, for today NFP, those are club members coming in, or those who are not, join us in this data flash. What I like about this is you're waiting for it, you get the news earlier than anyone else, especially in those free news calendars coming in. So right now with this coming straight forward, you straight away know what kind of news it actually prompts you. Really very nice. Now, not only that, in the LCMS Traders Club, we just don't do this here alone. We have not only that trading moderation by the coaches in the LCMS Traders, where we have live sessions twice a week. We have a group we have a group coaching sessions on the Monday. Okay, we're on the Monday, we have group coaching sessions where we actually look at what has happened last week, what's going to happen this week, what to prepare for the whole week, and what to look out for, so you will know what to prepare. And not only that, we also have live training sessions. We come together, and you can see we have lots of it. We have trade together at the point of time. We can do it together and make profits together. Or not only that, we also have trade ideas sharing, and we'll do some follow up. And if it's actually going to trigger, we put it in really very nice here as well. So remember, Monday to Wednesdays, we have live trading group sessions coming in. Then those who are come here, join us from the Telegram channel. I'm sure many of you have. You've been receiving our trade signals, not on time, or you always say that. But here in our platform, we get our signals 5 minutes earlier. We actually issue it here, telling you really very nice a sell trade, what currency to do, what price, and which stop loss, and 3 possible take profit targets. Then you'll be wondering, I got 3 take profit targets. What should we be doing, right? You can see here, not only that, we have a signal analysis telling you, giving you an analysis on what kind of trades what trades are doing it. We not tell you to enter. We also tell you why we enter these trades. Looking at based on the 5-step analysis followed by the LCMS Traders Club. And not only that, which take profit targets to do, we actually will continue to monitor the charts. And if it hits TP1, TP2, or TP3, we'll probably give you advice. For example, like now, TP1, US TP1, possible hold to TP2, which means you possibly could maximize your profits, hold it there to go to TP2. And if it's hit at TP2 or previous ones, you could possibly look for a sell trade that will secure your profits, which means get out right now, because we really don't know which direction it's continuing to go on for. So all these here, and you might be wondering, can I get it a signal coming in notification? Definitely. The platform is available on the web. desktop and mobile application, which means you can access all these contents from education to discussions and also signals coming in anywhere, anytime. You also definitely can receive mobile notifications on our signals on your mobile phone, telling you there's a signal so that you can actually take a trade on time. Now, this club membership is and access to this platform is really worth thousands. I tell you everything that's so good benefit to the traders. It's only right now only at $49 a month. Right now it is really without a doubt the least you could do to make sure you achieve your best in trading. So the price can change anytime. Really, you can change anytime. We have done it before because it's got demands coming in that we have to do so. So make sure you get on board right now. Click on this button, USD $49 a month coming in. Sign up and get in. I will catch you in the club tomorrow or today or next day. But right now, do it now. See you.
Okay, thanks for that, Daniel. All right, so we have come to the end of the session. Just pasted up some links. So yeah, we have the free Forex Trading Asia Forex Signals Telegram channel. Do click on that link. And if you want to look for the yesterday's daily currency call video, or for the matter of the daily recordings, subscribe to the LCMS Traders YouTube channel. And yeah, we do have the Udemy course, which is only 20 Sing dollars. Just click on that link if you want to learn the 5 steps that the LCMS Traders team are using to analyze the market and find trades. And as Daniel mentioned, the Traders Club, yeah, the link is there. And if you are you don't want to trade anymore, or you want to diversify your trading risk, check out forexbriefcase.com and get a professional to manage the trades for you. All right, so yeah, we have come to the end of the session. We'll see you guys on Monday for the Aussie and Kiwi session, and have fun trading tonight, NFP. Okay, so yeah, goodbye.